Hi, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us for this brand new podcast called Inspiring Our World. I am Julie Tara, and I'm really thrilled to be with you. And I couldn't be more excited than to have one of my favorite Nikken people on the first podcast that we're launching as a conversation. My friend Susan Carver is here. I and Susan have a long-standing relationship, a long friendship. I love her. I respect her. She is an extraordinary woman with a tremendous power for her mission. She will just not let anything get in the way of what she is here to do on this planet. And that's why I love her so much. So welcome, Susan Carver. Thanks for being with me today.
Thank you, Julie, and thank you for everyone that's joining us.
Great. So some people will know you very, very well and some not so much. So just, can you tell us a little bit about you and your background and just how you got into Nikken?
My pleasure. I graduated from college, and as a political science major, I thought I wanted to make a difference in the world. Some of the people that are listening, some people I think come into this world with a good burden on their heart that they want to move something, they want to make a difference in a positive way. And I always felt that. And I thought it was going to be through medicine. I thought I was going to be a physical therapist and helping people after car accidents and different accidents. And it just didn't work out for me to go into the medical field, mainly because of my complications that I have with math. And so I was kind of let down by that. I was like, well, wow, how am I going to do something positive and make a difference and share this feeling of wanting to make a difference? How am I going to do that? And so I thought, well, maybe through politics. And of course, that didn't happen either. So, but my major was political science. I graduated, didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I didn't want to go into politics. And then I got a job at Disney for $7.25 an hour. But there's really nothing really exciting, Julie, about my early years, because I never made more than $30,000 ever in my life before this wonderful opportunity, Nikken. But yeah, so I wish I had something, that I did something big, but I was just searching for something. And at 28 years old, it showed up in this company we're going to talk about, Nikken, and fell in love with their products. And I decided, this is how I'm going to make an impact. This is how I'm going to move things in the meter, so to speak, in a positive direction, and leave not a legacy, but to leave behind you something that, because you did this and because the product did this, you made a difference. And so that's the beautiful piece that this company's given me.
It's very powerful to hear you say that, because I never knew that you thought about being a doctor, because, I thought I was going to become a doctor because I wanted to help people. It's so interesting to hear you say that. And then, I went on this other journey with ballet, like you did with Disney, and then when, and then I started in natural health, and then Nikken came and it was like, bam, that's it. This is the thing that can make all the difference, and make a big ripple effect. I think both you and I love making a ripple effect.
Exactly. I like to see, one that touches another, that touches another. Yeah, that makes us feel good. So
it does. And that ultimately leaves a legacy. So let's talk about, how did you actually find Nikken? Like, what happened?
Well, Disney was my entry level, like I said, at $7.25 an hour, but it really cured me from having fantasies about, climbing a corporate ladder and building a resume. And it basically turned me off, because I didn't like the politics. I didn't like waiting for raises. I didn't like waiting for promotions. I didn't like being told, the hours I was going to work and the limitations there. So so long story, but I started working on a documentary, again, wanting to make a difference as a drug prevention film. The film never got made, but I got out to California, got into a car accident. I was hit by a 73 Duster. So if anyone listening is old enough to know, that's a lot of hood on that car, and it ran right into me. And so someone thought of these amazing products because they knew I was having some mild problems with my back. And I thought, oh, okay, it's not a drug. It's not painful. I'll try it. And so that's how I really got introduced to it, is through by accident, literally. And that's how it just kind of came about. But it was because I live in Orlando now, and it was when I lived for a brief time in California.
Were you, I have a very visual mind. So were you actually walking and then this car hits you, or were you in a car?
No, I was in my car. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was in my car, and a car pulled out in front of me coming out of a strip mall. And so I slammed on my brakes. And when I slammed on my brakes, this car was coming at a pretty good speed and just took out my entire trunk of my car.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this product that this person lent you or whatever, or exposed you to, did this help? Did this help you?
Yes, it was given to me very much with the beautiful spirit of saying, I don't know if this will help you. I can't make you worse, and you can try it for free. So let me say that one more time. I don't know if this will help you. So they weren't making some big claim, but I know I can't make you any worse, and it's not going to cost you anything to try. And I was like, wow. So it was a product about the size of your hand. If you open up your hand wide, it's about the size of the hand. And it was actually explained to me that it was using the natural energy of the earth, which is at the core of our earth, which is magnetics. And I thought it was, a refrigerator magnet. And they're like, no, this is actually working with your body's own positive and negative in your cells and in your bloodstream to help kind of localize the fluid movement and create some warmth in that area. So I'm like, okay, well, it's not going to cost me anything. The person said, you can't make me worse. So what do I have to lose? And yes, Julie, it did make a difference. And that's when I started to say, that's interesting. It's natural, it's holistic. It worked and helped my body to take care of itself. And I was curious to know more.
I have to say, we're such birds of a feather. We're so sisters. We're just sisters. We're soul sisters. I just know it. And it's so funny because it sounds to me like that was the earlier version of the MagFlex. Am I correct?
Uh-huh.
Yes,
it was.
Yes. So, and my friend said pretty much the same thing, because I had a bad back, and she was like, I don't know if it's going to help, but just try it. And I was so scornful and said, your silly magnet's not going to help anything. And then it did. And I was so shocked. And I had the same mental process as you. I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's working. I don't think it's going to work. So I'm not placeboing myself that it's going to do something, but something's happening and I can't explain it, but I'm feeling better, much, much better. Right. So it really got my attention. And that was when I switched on to start thinking business, like, what could this mean?
If it helped me, and there's got to be other people that want a more holistic, a softer way of taking care of themselves without contraindications and things like that. I'm like, I can't be the only one out there that would like something holistic that you put and wear in your pants. That's real easy. You just slip it in, like a large postcard back there. And yeah, it was like, if this worked on me, there's probably an opportunity to again, help other people, but financially there might be something of a business here. So I was very curious and open-minded to learn more. And obviously I did.
Yes, absolutely. It's profound. It's such a simple thing, but once you got the click, once the aha happens, it's like a domino effect. How fast your mind will move to, oh my gosh, I could help so many people. And one of the big things for me was that it was non-invasive, non-chemical, and that it did no harm. Like the number one Hippocratic oath is do no harm. And I loved that there were no negative side effects. I was like, that is amazing. Like, to me, that just really, really is exciting. So since we just jumped right in there on the products, tell me, what's your favorite product of all the products? And we have a lot of brilliant things.
We have a lot of brilliant things. Well, I mean, what's so beautiful about our line is that we have things that you walk on, insoles to things you sit on, things you wear, things you sleep on. But if you had to ask me my favorite product, it's probably our water, because alkaline water is all over the shelves now, and it's but ours is so unique and so cost friendly, and the taste and the benefits of the water, I would have to say it would be our water system is just, it virtually has no competition. And at the price point of, I think it's 65 cents a gallon, you can't buy water anywhere at any price at 65 cents a gallon. To have it in your home, and the taste and the benefits for your health is just, it's dramatic. And it's been one of the things that I love to demonstrate. And it's something I enjoy using multiple times a day.
I would agree with you. I love the water, although it's a hard toss between that and the sleep system, which I absolutely adore as well. And everything else. I've got my insoles in, I'm sitting on my Nikken seat, I'm a total Nikkenite. So with the water, now we have the new hydrogen product. What have you noticed with that?
Again, it just takes it up to a different level. I mean, that's what's so amazing about the products. People, when you layer them, like if you go ahead and you have the sleep system, but you're using the water, or you have the insoles, but then you have the support from your back, because they're very much, tied together there as far as support and help, it can be very, very valuable. So I like the fact that, synergy is a beautiful word, and one and one make three when that synergy happens. So I think that really explains our product, that if you're sleeping good, then you're going to have, probably less discomfort. Or if you have less discomfort, you're going to sleep good. So it's this kind of, this product is one, this product is two, one and two make three. That's really what we use with the infrared from the sun and the magnetics of the earth. And it's that synergy thing that I really think makes the products very highly effective, is that one and one makes three in this case.
I love this. I've actually never heard it quite said like that before, but it's really true. It sort of ratchets up, as you have this, and then you have that, and then you add this, and then you add that, and your level of health and vibrancy and vitality just gets more and more and bigger and bigger. It's amazing.
Exactly.
I can't believe, like, even with the new sleep pad, Kinko Fair, is like, I have an extra hour a day to play. I get up an hour earlier, and I don't go to bed till like 11:30 at night. So it's
right.
Like I'm just booming with energy. I don't know the right word, busting out with energy. It's fantastic. Right. So I love that idea of synergy. So let's touch in on the philosophy of Nikken, humans being more, and the 5 pillars of wellness. What does that mean to you? How has that affected you?
Well, it was my life when I was 28 was very out of balance. This company has very much a philosophy of creating balance in mind, body, family, society, and finances. Let me say that again: mind, body, family, society, and finances. And so it was described to me one time that it's like a tire, and it doesn't matter where the hole is in the tire, if it's in mind, if it's in body, it's in family, society, or finances. If there's a hole anywhere in there, the whole area, all the other areas are going to be affected. So if you have difficult challenges in your family, it's probably going to affect your finances, because you're not sharp, you don't have the energy to do things, because you're so drained from what's going on, or pulled down, or playing small, maybe in a relationship that's not very healthy. then you're probably not going to show up real good physically. You're not going to be like going to the gym and taking care of yourself and have lots of energy, because that particular area is suffering and the other areas are suffering too. And then financially, if the hole is if the hole in the tire is there financially, then it's going to affect society, because when someone at your church or someone in the community or the school needs funds, you're like, I don't have them to give. So it's such a beautiful concept that this company's philosophy is to create balance in mind, body, family, society, and finances. And that was something I'd never heard before, because it's like, well, if you make a lot of money and this and this and that and this and this and that, and everything will take care of itself, and it's not true. It's not true. So the company has that philosophy, and then they give you a business model that actually creates the balance. So at 28, I didn't have any balance. I took the challenge on of saying, I'm going to start my Nikken business out of my rented room. I was renting a room in California in someone's home. And I said, if I'm going to create enough income to be able to advance my life and make a difference in other people's lives, I need the vehicle to do it. And so when I saw that the philosophy is the five pillars of those, mind, body, family, society, and finances, but then the company gives you the keys to how to get that. It's not just a philosophy that sounds good. Like, you see some little meme or something online and you're like, oh, it's so warm and fuzzy, but you're like, well, how do I get there, right? These actually give you the keys to say, if you'll do, A, B, C, and D, you'll have balance in the mind, body, family, society, and finances. And so the gift that I have is growing into the philosophy. And so as a woman in her 50s, I'm so blessed because I have a 90-year-old mother that's living with me, and I don't have to rush home after work. I don't have to take time off to work to go take her to the doctor. So look at how full that family pillar is. And then society, when a friend of mine needs something or whatever, I'm like, well, I can't get off work or I can't get the time off. No, I just go and I go do it. So the family's been blessed. The society, the people around me, me being able to give more financially than because I have more to give. And, finances has been blessed, and my health has been blessed, the way I'm aging and feeling. So I need to go back and I need to correct what I told you, because I just thought about it. The greatest product is the water. The greatest product is the philosophy and the gift of balance in my life, not perfection. I've had scares with my mom and things like that. And I've had this and I've had that, and I have problems like everyone else. But it's never because I don't have time or I don't have money to help create some of those situations. Is because of the gift of the product that the company's given me, which is not just me, but anyone that really takes this seriously can have that fullness and that mind, body, family, society, and finances. And so probably the greatest gift is, yes, I drink the water every day, but I live the philosophy every day without even thinking about it, because of the gifts and the benefits of having peace and balance. And I'm not empty in one area and full in another area, or empty in two areas and just struggling. It's balanced. And so that's probably the greatest product, is the ability to live inside of the five pillars and to know things are good.
It's very profound what you're saying. It's a very rare gift that human beings actually get to have. You and I have experienced it for years. It's an extraordinary thing to really achieve that balance. And like you say, it doesn't mean everything's easy. And no. I mean, as my friend, you've helped me through very dark nights of my own soul, and thank you for that.
And likewise. Yes.
Yeah, we've gone through some changes and some things, because that's life, but it fortifies us. I mean, one thing I've learned is that it has really helped my heart become more resilient. I don't think I had a particularly very resilient heart before. I have a big heart and I have a lot of love to give, but not always resilience. And so it's given me resilience. But I really appreciate what you said about that. And I want to shift that now to the business for just a little bit. This is not a business training, but just, you've had immense success in your business. I mean, I have so much respect for you and what you've done. You are a whirlwind. You are a tornado. You're a powerhouse. Like, I think I'm a fairly good powerhouse, but you're like times 10. You're amazing. And you have this huge business in South America and many countries. You've got thousands and thousands, I think well over 11,000 consultants in your team. What is the secret really of your success in building your Nikken business?
Well, that's a great question. And when I'm asked that, I love to answer it. And it's not going to be very profound, and unless you really marinate what I'm getting ready to say. I started my business day one with the end in mind. Now, let's define some terms. What does end mean? Was it the end of Nikken or the end of me? No. It was, I started my business with the full intention of what I wanted to set up. And what I wanted to set up was time freedom. I don't know why that is such a hot button for me, but it is. Being able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how much of it I want to do it, that freedom of time. Am I going to work 6 days a week? Am I going to work 6 days a month? Am I going to work 6 days a year? It's all on my terms. And so it's not a control thing, other than options. I love choices and I love options. And when you have a job or a traditional business, a lot of times those don't come with it. So when I saw this as, I had to fall in love with the products, Julie. You and I did. If we didn't fall in love with the product and the efficacy of the product, we wouldn't be here today. Plain and simple. Correct. So for people that are listening, I have been doing this, again, well over 20 years. And I have stats. And the stats are about 70% of the time, in my experience, when I loan or sell a product to a person, they feel enough of a benefit where they actually want to purchase it. And so that's really exciting to me, because that means that I'm winning more and they're winning more, then I'm quote unquote not making a difference. So that was very important to me. But from day one, I said, I am not starting this. For you guys that are listening, it's like, my plate is full. Well, that's an analogy that you hear all the time. And I always ask people, but do you like everything that's on your plate? And I actually take out a notebook, piece of paper, and I draw on it a circle. And then I say, let's like vegetables and entree, whatever. Let's put what is on this plate? My plate's so full. And then I look at them and I say, do you like having a full plate? And if they do, then there's nothing. Some people love to be busy. I always share with people, Julie, that busy is a 4-letter word, like a cuss word to me, because I don't want to be busy. People are like, oh, you're so busy. I'm like, no, I'm not. And I don't ever want to be, because busy means that someone else or a situation's running your life and not you. And I want to run my life as much as possible. Obviously, there's exterior forces and my creator and everything like that, but I want to have some say in it. And so I ask people, do you like everything that's on your plate? And this is what I say. I say, so we get it down on the piece of paper. They got this and they got that and they got this and they don't have money for this. So they, can't pay someone to clean their house, and they've got this going on and this limitation. And I said, this is what I do. And I come over and I write the word Nikken on that plate that they just filled out. And I say, we're going to put Nikken right over here. But here's the news. I'm not here to put something more on your plate and weigh you down more. But the whole reason for putting Nikken on your metaphorical plate, which is in your life or in your time or priority or to put energy, however you want to say it, is it gives you the unbelievable ability to take some things off your plate that you don't want to do. So maybe you're concerned about a child going to a school that's in the neighborhood that's not such a good school. And that's very stressful for you because your child's going to a school that it's rough. Maybe the teachers are not up to snuff. Maybe the kids are a little rougher than you'd like influencing your child, but you can't send them to private school. So what if we put Nikken on your plate right over here in the corner, you know? But we took it seriously. And the whole idea is to create $1,100, $900, $1,300 extra a month. So the next semester or the next year, you can put your child in the school of your choice. Now, what would that do for you? Oh my gosh, that would mentally, again, we go back to what would that do for you mentally? Oh, I feel so much better because I'm worried about the school system, you know, okay. And then family, what would that do for the blessing of your family? So everyone listening to this call, lives are very full. I get that, but they're always going to be full. And it's going to be a lot of things on your plate that you don't like. But the whole purpose of moving Nikken on the parsley portion of your plate or the garnish is a plan. And that plan, if you work it, will allow you to take some things off your plate. So if you're on the weekends with a big family and a lot of people coming over and you're, I have to clean the house. Well, if you're making an extra $600 a month in Nikken part-time and you've built a team and it's not taking a lot of your time, then why can't you afford someone for $100 or $200 a month to come clean your house? See how we put Nikken on your plate so we can take other things off your plate. So from day one, just to wrap it up, what you said to me was, what was my secret? The secret was, I am literally putting this on my plate. Not that I'm looking for something else to do, but there's a purpose. I'm putting it on the plate so I can take other things that don't taste good, that don't feel good, off my plate. And I have people that clean my house, and I have businesses, and I have real estate, and I have these beautiful blessings in time with my mother, and I just got a puppy not too long ago. So I'm full-time job, but that's the whole reason. That's the secret. I'm like, this is a rare opportunity to add something to your metaphoric plate and to be able to remove some things you don't want to do. Clean your house, send your kid to a better school, maybe stay home, and retire from your job. Whatever it is, there's a method, there's a reason we want to add it. And it's so mind-blowing to me, Julie, that people will turn this opportunity down because they say they don't have time. And I'm bringing them the greatest, other than a trust fund being dropped in your lap, right? I'm bringing them the greatest time creator, because my day today, I didn't say the word Nikken until I got on the call with you. And I was free to do whatever I needed to take care of for my family, for my body, for my puppy, and that's that blessing. So there's no secret. I just said, if I take this seriously, I will be able to have the plate that I want, not the plate of what I have to do.
I love it. I love it. And this is the brilliance of compounding, the brilliance of building a team, the brilliance of leveraging time, compounding effort. There's nothing like it. And it just
there's nothing like it.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Once you get it going, it's the gift that keeps on giving. And that is so miraculous and magnificent. And We don't have time to talk about the M3 strategy, but I know you do the best talks on M3 strategy. And so we'll either get together on a podcast another day for that, or we'll find you on video for that. But it is a whole other way of making money in the world that I just find it's extraordinary that more people don't know it, don't understand it. Yeah, they don't understand it. Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't understand it.
If you truly understood it,
yes.
Very few people would walk away.
Absolutely.
If you truly understood it, because I have, let's say only 3,000 people of my team are working, and they're all putting in 5 hours a week. Well, that's 1,500 hours a week. There's not 1,500 hours in a week. Do you see? That's what's so attractive about it, is that I have the energy of say 1,500 hours of people sharing products that people want and need. People aren't sleeping well, discomfort. There's so many things that it's like, wow, there's so many things that we can provide a solution for. But think about it. If you had 300 people putting in 5 hours a week, that's 150, hours, and it's not coming from you. So it's a brilliant way if people understood it. And I'm just so glad that I was offered it, and number B, I saw the gift that it was.
Yes. And you have well over 11,000 people in your team. So, I mean, you are just like soaring with that whole.
But a lot of them are customers. A lot of them.
That's okay.
You need customers. But that's okay. That's okay too.
Yeah. But it's also really fun to have team members, isn't it? And to help those team members succeed. For me, that's always been one of the most beautiful things, is to see them succeed and have them have the life they want. And then I get the life I want. It's super cool. So, I'm just going to ask you, is there a specific transformational experience during your Nikken journey that you'd like to share with us?
Transformational? Well, I'll share something kind of personal. There's some sayings that we have, most industries and stuff have, but in Nikken, we have a saying. It's not when you get into Nikken, it's when Nikken gets into you, where you have this, I've got something special. I need to talk to this person that's struggling with some head discomfort or a knee or balance issues. Let me go and talk to them. But the transformational moment is that I had a hole in me. I had an emptiness in me from childhood. And I think I came into Nikken to heal myself and to fill that hole. That I wanted to feel important. I wanted to feel valued. I wanted to make that my life meant something. And I've done almost $200 million of these products have circulated all over the world because I made a decision. And so where it was transformational for me was the humbling effect of, what if I said no, that I didn't look at this and really dig in. And so I always tell people, I said, make sure you keep digging until you find something you don't like. Because typically if you'll dig and let us show you what this is all about, most of the time you're gonna absolutely love what you see, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is a solution for me. But the transformational was to feel peace. And that peace comes from, you did something good, girl. You're 55 years old. You did something of value. You did move the meter. You made a difference. And taking people out of physical discomfort or giving them the tools to have more freedom in their life, very few people can do that. I have women in my business that were struggling with domestic abuse, but financially they didn't have a way out. And for me to say, hey, I don't know, your plate doesn't look too good, you're not happy. And these women have been able to move on and leave their husbands and make more money than their husbands. And so the hole in me, the emptiness in me, the not insecurity, because I was very blessed. I haven't been insecure, but just me wanting, longing to be valued and to do something important and to have my voice mean something. Excuse me. That hole that was patched and filled up, and that Nikken has, I don't have that emptiness anymore, because I know that I look back over the years, I'm like, you did something that is of value. And so that was the transformational moment for me, was peace inside myself. And boy, what a gift to give yourself.
What a gift for anyone to experience that. It's beautiful what you're saying. And I very, very, very much relate to what you're saying, as I've had that same sense of wanting to do something that would really make a difference for humanity, and the joy of knowing that I have, and the peace of knowing that I have is really, it's I'm sure it's one of the reasons I sleep so well at night, although the kink of it and the flow and everything else is brilliant. But yes, I really hear you on it. And
so it healed me. I came into this business and it healed. I never thought, I didn't like, oh, this is going to heal me. Yeah. And then, but that transformational moment is like, wow. And it was very humbling and goosebumps. And it's like, you've done something that is of real value. You didn't push papers around on a desk or just sell stuff. You marketed and gave people opportunities and choices to transform their physical health and their financial health. And that has filled me up and forever changed my life.
It's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And so let's look to the future here. Like, why do you think that Nikken is so vitally important for the future of our world right now?
Well, I think it's perfectly timed in the fact that when you look, I'm very literal. If people are listening, or I am so literal. It's hard to communicate with me sometimes, because I see something and it's like, oh, but there's more. Oh, okay. I'm just seeing that. So for me, it was, I knew it was a good business because I knew I was very aware of the problems. And anytime you're going to earn income, you're going to earn income where there's a problem and you supply the solution. And ours is, of course, very safe and effective, and it's been around for many, many, many years. But the future, all you have to do is look at the problems. And so if you look at and you ask yourself, is sleep becoming harder to, is that an epidemic of sleep, or is everyone just sleeping great? Do people have back discomfort? Do athletes want to recover faster? Do people want to have a better quality of life? Are they looking for natural means? Those are the questions each of you listening have to ask. Are the trends going in that way? Or the trends going, nope, everybody's healthy, people are off drugs, they're happy, they have balance in their lives, then there's no need for Nikken, the products, or that philosophy of mind, body, family, society, and finances balance. And I think if you are really being honest, you'll see that all those things that we are a potential solution to help are very much still in demand, and they were in demand years ago. And so that's where I see the future. The future is holistic things, using magnetics, using the right water, understanding that bottled water is not necessarily healthy because it can be acidic and you've got BPA chemicals in the plastic and it's expensive, and it's like when you run out, like our machine, it sits there on my counter in the kitchen. And if there's a hurricane here in Orlando, I don't worry about it because I can fill my bathtub, fill buckets out in the garage, and run it through my machine. And oh my gosh, I have mineralized, magnetized no chlorine, amazing, healthy, absorbing, bioavailable water. And I have it for pennies on the gallon. And it's like, yeah, the world still needs what we have. And people want to work from home, and people want autonomy. And so, yes, I think the future is very, very, will always be in demand. That's why, business-wise, it was like, well, if you deal in luxury items, good economy or bad, but in either economy, a good economy or a poor economy, healthcare goes on, and people need solutions. And we have so many holistic, again, proven. You can't be around for 40 some years and placebo people and trick and fool people, especially when a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us listening to this call will loan a good 20-25% of the product line to people and let them play around with it so they actually know it works before they purchase it. So it's just beautiful. It's a lovely way to do business. It's a lovely way to empower people. So I see the future very bright. And as long as we have problems, and Nikken has these patented one-of-a-kind solutions, the future is very bright.
I couldn't agree more with that, everything you just said, and also this huge movement that's happening with people wanting to be more entrepreneurial. They're leaving jobs that they've had for years. They're just like, I'm not happy. It's not giving me what I want. I want a bigger, better life where I thrive. And so I think the time is perfect right now for us. Like in a way that it never has been as much perfection as now in the past. I really feel it. I feel it in every cell of my body. So thank you for that. And so just to complete our time together, so within everything you've shared today, what's the one nugget of wisdom that our listeners can take with them to integrate into their Nikken journey at this time?
You said nugget of wisdom for what again?
Yeah, you have a lot of nuggets, but one nugget of wisdom that people can take with them to integrate into their Nikken journey at this time, because we're all on a journey and we're all at different places on the journey. What's the one thing that you can
don't get attached to people's responses or the outcome. What I've always done is I just release what information I have and share with them very softly. I ask questions. The largest leader that I have in my business, I asked him a series of questions. I saw him hobbling around at a volleyball game at a church school gymnasium. I didn't even know the man, but I just went up to him and I said, very politely, very respectfully, I said, "Sir, you're having some challenges with his knee." They were wrapped up like mummies, like he'd just taken the ace bandage and just wrapped up. He's walking very gingerly. So I didn't, I just said, "Sir, may I ask what's going on with your knees?" Question number one. He says, "Oh, I've got arthritis from playing, football years ago." Number two, "So what are you currently doing to take care of it?" "Oh, well, I'm popping a lot of ibuprofen. I'm a dentist, and so I get a lot of free stuff from the drug reps, and I'm on, and I'll pay the price tomorrow. I won't be able to move, tomorrow after playing a couple hours of volleyball tonight, and blah, blah, blah." Number three question, are you open to trying something natural to help your knees? Third question. And, he said, "Well, what is it?" And then that was it. And I loaned him, the next week I brought him the product, loaned it to him, put products on his knees. And within about 2 weeks, I only gave him one because I wanted him to still feel the discomfort in the one so he could tell the difference. So I guess my little nugget for the journey would be to don't get attached to the outcome and ask good questions. And so I asked him, "What's going on? What are you currently doing to fix this?" He said, "Well, I'm not going to have surgery because I'll be out for 6 weeks and I'll miss all that income from my dental practice. And my doctor said, boy, if you can get people talking, they'll just tell you everything, And he says, "Well, and he says, there's a 50-50 chance my knees will be the same thing after the 6 weeks and all the rehab and the physical therapy and blah, 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 blah. So I knew he was a candidate. So just don't get attached to the outcome. Everything I have in my life today and the blessings of the time freedom and the income all come from 4 human beings on the planet. Did I talk to 5? No, I talked to many, but I didn't get attached to the outcome. I've got a gift. If you want the gift, great. If you don't, that's great. But it's not going to curb my enthusiasm if you reject that gift. Because I'm going to find someone like me or like you, that had discomfort from all those years of professional, at the Royal Ballet, you pounding your back as a child. People are out there waiting for us. And so that's what I keep in my heart and my mind. So I don't get rejected. It's amazing. People get a couple of rejections and they think, well, that this, doesn't work. No, it works. There are a couple billion people on the planet. You just have to find 4 or 5 that love it like you do or have a big vision. And that's what my journey has been. So if you actually knew that you could be retired by the time you were 45 with less than the amount of fingers you have on your hand, I don't think you'd quit if 6 or 7 people told you no. And so don't get attached to the outcome. Know that you have a gift and ask good questions of people and then offer them, are you open to hearing about something natural? And that's how I've built my entire organization.
Absolutely, Susan. It's such sound advice, because it is something, especially with women, and we know we have such a high percentage of women in Nikken, that they sometimes get crushed by that, what they think is rejection of them, which is just somebody not seeing the possibilities. And so that is perfect. I think that's something I really learned with it, I've sponsored many people, but it all came down to a few, very, very few people that became great friends, and really people you could trust, people that, became your best friends. And so, and you're one of them, even though you and I are never in the same team, but we're kind of now we're in the same team, and I love it. And I'm so honored, and truly I have the deepest respect for you and what you have done and what you do and what you will do, because you are a force of nature, my friend. You are really beautiful, powerful, loving, lovable force of nature. You really
Thank you very much. And to everyone listening, again, just the more you look, the more you like. If you just glance over this, you'll miss it. But if you really get with someone who knows everything it has to offer, it's okay to say no. But I always tell people, make sure you know, KNOW.